Good morning, Yankees universe. KOD Nation, stand up. And all you DJs, wake up and get your coffee. Welcome to another episode of the Yankees Morning Brew this Thursday, September 22nd. And like my man, Jigga Man Porto just said, happy anniversary to the Knights of DJing, baby. 1 year in. The Knights of DJing is 1 year in, as Jigga Man just pointed it out. Awesome to be a part of this, bro. I myself been with the Knights of DJing as a content creator for the past 3 months. But from last year when I first met Jigga Man and he had the conversation that this was the route he was going, I wish him nothing but the best. And what Jigga Man and what the people at KOD have turned this into within this past year, from the outside looking in, it's been amazing, bro. And these past 3 months has been probably like the highlight of my life. 33 years old, being able to talk Yankees, being able to chat with the community, the people in the chat here, the people in the Discord, the Catrio, Zook, everybody that I've met over this past few months. Being a part of KOD, it's been awesome, man. And first and foremost, my brother Jigga Man, it's literally feels like a cousin that we were separated at birth. From the first time we interacted on his channel last year till now, it literally feels like a lost family member. So you know, not to get sentimental, I just wanted to put that out there since it is the 1 year anniversary of the Knights of DJing. But here on the Yankees Morning Brew, we are here to celebrate because the Yankees, they put a slacking, if they say, a beatdown of the Pittsburgh Pirates yesterday. No, Judge didn't hit his 61st home run, right? So he is still stuck on 60 for the time being. We got a series starting up, a 3-game series with the Red Sox. Thursday's game is going to be on ESPN. Friday's game is going to be on Apple TV. I really hope that the Yankees, Aaron Judge doesn't hit it on Apple TV. You know, Scott Braun's a friend of the channel. Nothing against Scott Braun or anything like that, but I want to make sure that this call is called by Michael Kay. Like I've said several times, I have a love and hate relationship with Michael Kay. But Michael Kay is the voice of the Yankees, especially from the TV point of view, right? John Sterling is John Sterling. We're always going to live with John Sterling, and his call for the 61st home run, that's going to be epic as well. But from a visual point of view and it being on TV, it has to be Michael Kay. It has to be Michael Kay. You know, since I've been watching the Yankees since 2004, 2005, Michael Kay has been the voice that I've been listening to. You know, like I said, I may have a love-hate relationship with that man, but he needs to be the one who caused this. I'm not sure what's going to happen tonight with ESPN, if they're going to allow Michael Kay to call his at-bat. I'm not sure, but we're just going to have to wait and see. Sunday, they're doing the K-Cast with him and A-Rod, so maybe Sunday, if he hasn't hit it by then, maybe K-Rod goes into a play-by-play, you know, with Michael Kay and Alex Rodriguez calling every at-bat. You know, normally what they do a watch-along, which is just a regular watch-along, the same way John Boy has done a watch-along. Other people do watch-alongs. But when it gets to Judge's at-bat, I really hope that it turns into a play-by-play, right? And I think A-Rod is the type of person that he'll be with it. A-Rod is he understands history. A-Rod understands history. A-Rod understands the game, the importance of certain things, certain milestones. And A-Rod is a LARP. He's a LARP for baseball and baseball history. So I definitely could see A-Rod being that type of person to tell Michael Kay, hey, you know, call the play-by-play. Let me just get a few words in after you say what you have to say. You know, so I'm looking forward to that. You know, even though the Yankees did beat up on the Pittsburgh Pirates last night 14-2, you know, shout out to the Pittsburgh Pirates. You know, they're a young team that's on the rise. You know, Brian Reynolds, you know, O'Neal Cruz. They have some pieces there that they could work with. The starting pitcher last night for the Pittsburgh Pirates, Contreras, a former Yankee prospect, is one of the prospects we sent over to get Jameson Taillon. He was in the Futures game last year in 2021. And so far, he's having a good rookie season. The Yankees beat up on him last night. I think we got 6 runs off of him in 5 innings, but at the same time, I think he got like a 13 strikeouts. Let's jump right into the stats real quick. Let's jump right into the stats. That way I could be on point with the stats. All right, now with the Pittsburgh Pirates, I'm going to just start right off with the starting pitching instead of the lineup. I'm just waiting for my computer to load it up. Bing, bang, boom. Talk about it right now. Yeah, Contreras in 4 2/3 innings, he struck out 10 guys. So that's basically it's let's see, 3, 6, 9, 12. Out of the 15 batters he faced, was it 15? Out of the 14 batters he faced, he struck out 10 of them. 10 of them via the strikeouts. That's solid. You know, he had a filthy slider. He's a bit scared to throw his fastball on the inside, which they were pointing out on the broadcast, but he looks phenomenal. If I can get a second real quick, Eric Wallace, what is good, my brother? Salute. Good morning. He said, I got to catch my bus. God willing, I will be back in 20 or so. Bro, you better make sure you catch that bus. You better hit them with the flash run and catch that bus. Maria, good morning, Maria, the lieutenant of the Yankees watch along. Maria, hope all is well. I see my man Mikey Mazza. He said Brian Reynolds is going to be a good mentor for those young kids over there in Pittsburgh. Yeah, I don't think Pittsburgh's going to trade Brian Reynolds. Hey, you never know. You know, maybe this offseason they trade him. That's a guy that the Yankees wanted to go after. I'm not sure if that's a possibility now because we have Harrison Bader in center field. So I'm not sure if that's a possibility when it comes to Brian Reynolds. But hey, you just never know. Yeah, I can see Brian Reynolds if Pittsburgh don't trade him turning into like Brian Roberts, how Brian Roberts was with the Baltimore Orioles, and then later on in his career, he left for the Yankees and other teams down the line towards the end. But back to this stat breakdown. All right, from the hitting side of things, O'Neal Cruz, the shortstop, was 0 for 2. O'Neal Cruz, who was named after Paul O'Neill, this series was hitless, but he was able to speak to Paul O'Neill. So that's pretty exciting. Paul O'Neill talking about how much that meant to him last night during the broadcasting. So that was pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. You know, O'Neal Cruz and Paul O'Neill. In center field, Brian Reynolds was 0 for 4. Ramon Castro, the second baseman, was 2 for 4. Ben Gamel, the former Yankee prospect in right field, he was 1 for 3. Cabrian Hayes, the son of Charlie Hayes at third base, was 1 for 2. Mitchell, the DH, was 0 for 2. Shazwinski in left field was 0 for 4. Collins, the first baseman, was 0 for 4. And Delay, the catcher, was 0 for 3. And over to the pitching side of things, like I said, Contreras, the rookie, 4 2/3. He gave up 6 hits, 6 runs, 2 walks, and 10 strikeouts. 14 batters that he faced last night. He got 10 of them out via the strikeout. It's pretty impressive. DeJong came in afterwards. He pitched the inning at a third. No hits, no runs, no walks, no strikes. Yozier came in afterwards, pitched the inning. 2 hits, 4 runs, 2 walks, and 1 strikeout. Stout was the last pitcher that Pittsburgh used, but Stout pitched the inning. He gave up 3 hits, 4 runs as well, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. The Yankees, they scored 8 runs, 8 unanswered runs in the bottom of the 8th inning to put the lead out ahead. Let's go over to these Yankees, and let's read off these stats from the Yankees. Because we had our man Severino on the mound yesterday, and Sevy pitched very good coming back. But Aaron Judge, the right fielder, was 2 for 4. Leading it off, Antonio Rizzo, the first baseman, was 0 for 5. Gleyber Torres, who's starting to heat up. Gleyber Day was 4 for 4. He had 2 home runs in the same inning in that 8th inning. Josh Donaldson, the third baseman, was 1 for 3. Giancarlo Stanton, Giancarlo's no Capolo, the DH, was 0 for 2. Oswaldo Cabrera, the left fielder, the young man, was 2 for 4 with a grand salami. Mother, get out that rye bread and mustard, because it was a grand salami for Oswaldo last night. But Oswaldo Cabrera was 2 for 4. He had the grand slam, and he also had an RBI single the opposite way. So Cabrera was finding himself last night. Over the past 9 to 10 games, I want to say, Cabrera is hitting 330, 333 or 335, around that range. He's been solid these last few games, last 9, 10 games, trying to figure it out. Harrison Bader in center field was 1 for 4. So Harrison Bader, he kept the hitting going. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa for the shortstop was 1 for 4. And Jose Trevino, our amigo, the catcher, was 1 for 4. Now, like I said, Luis Severino, he was solid. His first start off the IL, he went 5 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts. So 15 of the batters that he faced, I should say 17 of the batters he faced, he got via the strikeout on 6 of them. Lucas Licky, the used car salesman, or the taxi driver that you don't trust at 2 in the morning. He pitched 2 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts. Ron Marinaccio from Tom River, New Jersey, pitched the inning, no hits, no runs, no walks, and 2 strikeouts. And Greg Weissert closed it out with 1 inning, no hits, no runs, 1 walk, and no strikeouts. Luis Severino improved his record of 6-3 on the season. And like I said a little bit while earlier, coming off of the IL, that's exactly what we needed from Luis Severino. Now, I know I'm on record saying, my remote. I know I'm on record saying that when it comes to Severino, I want him as the closer, especially since, Clay Holmes has been struggling. I think Clay Holmes is pitching to an ERA that's over his 6 over his last few outings. Let me get the exact stat for you all. And Aaron Judge is still leading that Triple Crown race. Aaron Judge is still leading that Triple Crown race. Oh, can't find it for some reason. Frankie, good morning, Frank. Good morning, Mr. Frank Rivera. I hope all is well. My man Frankie said, I can't believe fans kind of not happy Judge got doubles instead of home runs. Don't they realize that it increases his batting average and chances for a Triple Crown, Frank? We're Yankee fans, Frank. Frank, we're Yankee fans, brother. You know nothing is enough for us. Nothing is enough for us. We want it all. We're greedy. We're hungry. Yankee fans walk around like their ribs are touching their backbone. That's how hungry they are. We want a championship like we never won a championship. We want guys to hit 5 home runs every at bat. That's how Yankee fans are, Frank. But I feel you. I share your sentiment. Because that's how the tone was on Twitter last night, with some fans being upset that he hit doubles instead of home runs. But listen, both times, both doubles, right off the bat, I thought they were gone. Especially that second one that bounced and was a ground rule double. Both those at bats, I thought those balls were gone. But this is what's going to happen. Every time he puts a ball in play, people are going to think it's going to be a home run. And that's how it's been most of the time this year for Judge. But Yankee fans, just be patient. Like I said yesterday, just enjoy what you're seeing right now. This is history right in front of our eyes. This is literally history right in front of our eyes. We need to enjoy this, and we need to recognize that we may not see this from another Yankee for a very, very long time, unless Jason Dominguez comes up and goes on a tear. I doubt that, but you guys need to recognize that this is very unique. This is very special. Enjoy this. Enjoy this. That's why I don't even want to talk about the San Francisco talks, because those heated up yesterday. For some reason, it just keeps heating up, and it's starting to get annoying. It's like it's like the people at ESPN or these mainstream outlets, right? Right? Critical thinking is is not a good thing. I should say it's not a good thing. Critical thinking is lacking when it comes to these media outlets, right? They don't do a lot of critical thinking, right? Because what they do is, all right, I'm gonna look up my man's bio. They seen that Aaron Judge is from the Bay Area. There was a tweet that there was a tweet from 2013 that surfaced yesterday. If you guys didn't see it, but in 2013, Aaron Judge did put out a tweet that said his favorite teams is the San Francisco Giants, and his favorite two players are Giancarlo Stanton and Albert Pujols. It's very unique that tweet came out in 2013, and on the day that he hit his 60th home run of the year, John Carlos had a walk-off grand slam in the same inning as him. And at the same time, Albert Pujols is on his chase for 700 home runs. Baseball is very weird. The same way how Crow, who was a pitch who's a great nephew of a former pitcher, Red Ruffing, who pitched for the Yankees, who was teammates with Babe Ruth, and his great nephew is who gave up the 60th home run to Aaron Judge. The same way how the Yankees are starting a 3-game series against the Boston Red Sox, and Roger Maris hit his 61st home run against the Boston Red Sox. Baseball is very weird and unique when it comes to certain situations like that. But my man Frankie said, Hector, you have mentioned about K getting on your nerves. Well, he and Cone annoyed me, focusing on K's signature call, like it's all us about. Listen, Michael K, you got to understand, Michael K, like I said, I got a love-hate relationship with him. I want him to call this home run that Judge hit when it comes to tying or breaking the record or whatever. I want Michael K, to to be attached to that. But at the same time, you got to understand, if you're Michael K, this is your moment. This is your moment to be printed on baseball history for the rest of your life. Michael K will be attached to this moment for the rest of his life, for the rest of his career, for the rest of baseball history. Michael K wants to make sure he gets this right. And that's why he's a bit nervous because, like I said, I think today's game is ESPN. Tomorrow is Apple TV. No, today is Fox. I apologize. Today is Fox. The game will be on Fox. Tomorrow, the game will be on Apple TV. Saturday, I'm not sure what I think it's yes, but I know Sunday is ESPN because they do the K Watch on ESPN. So you don't have that many games left, Michael K. So let's try to see what happens. I really it will suck so bad for Michael K if the 61st and 62nd home run was hit Thursday and Friday, right, on Fox and Apple TV. That would suck if you're Michael K. That really would suck. But I want to ask you guys this also. Did you guys see the person who caught Judge's 60th home run ball? He gave it back to Judge and said all he wanted was a couple balls signed for him and his friends, jerseys signed, pictures, or whatever. That's all the Yankees gave him. Now, it was a great gesture. Hats off to that young man. It was a great gesture. Apparently, that kid, I think it's Michael is his first name. Apparently, that kid, he's a baseball player also for like community college or something like that. It was a great gesture for him. I guarantee you this. Since he did that, I guarantee you this. He will be in the Yankees minor league system when he comes out of college. I guarantee you that he will be in the Yankees minor league system when he comes out of college. But if it was me and I caught that home run ball from Aaron Judge, bro, you're gonna have to pony up some money. Minimum I want is 60,000. Minimum up cash. Give me cash. 60,000 up close and personal cash. That's the minimum I want. Listen, it's tough times. 2022. It is tough times, but honestly, I don't think I would have just given it up like that, just for nothing. Let me know in the chat. What do you guys think, Mikey Mazza? What would you have given it up like that? I'm not, I'm personally not too sure. And listen to WFAN yesterday. They had on a guy who's a memorabilia. He's a sports memorabilia enthusiast who knows the pricings for certain things, and apparently he said that 60th home run ball was easily 150K. Easily. 150K. That the ball that ties the record anywhere from 500K to $1 million. And the ball that breaks the record easily 1.5 to 2 million, right? And the reason why is because a lot of baseball enthusiasts, a lot of old school baseball fans, you know, they view Aaron Judge and his home run chase as the clean version of the home run chase. Now, you know my feelings on it, right? I said it yesterday. Barry Bonds is the home run champ. His record is what it is. 73 is what it is. But you got a lot of old school fans that, you know, the PEDs, they you know, that lingers, and, you know, they don't want to count that as the official thing. I understand that. I get that. But you can't get rid of Barry Bonds' record. Like there's no way around it. You can't get rid of Barry Bonds' record, because if you start with Barry Bonds, where do you go? Because if Barry Bonds' record gets taken out, then Pete Rose hit king record needs to be taken out. If that's the case, if you guys are gonna take every record away and every title away from Barry Bonds, you better do the same thing with Pete Rose, who is a disgusting human being. I'm sorry to say, I'm gonna say it every time I can. Pete Rose as a person is a disgusting human being. As a baseball player, he's probably the greatest hitter of all time. The greatest hitter of all time. The greatest hustle player of all time. Charlie Hustle. You know, he's known for that. We've seen clips of it. We've seen video clips. But as a human being, that man is disgusting of a person, right? Just like Ty Cobb from the Detroit Tigers. Probably one of the best hitters ever. Phenomenal baseball player. Fast, could steal a base. Wasn't good with the home run, but when it came to hitting, he was the man, Ty Cobb. But at the same time, he was a disgusting human being. You could go back and look at the quotes and the things that he said about Babe Ruth alone to make you want to hate that man. Well, let me just move past that. But we got a nice little race going on, you know, in the AL East. And also breaking news, guys. If you didn't see what happened with the Tampa Bay Rays over these past few days, I need you to tune in, right? Because apparently the other day when the Astros won, you know, and clinched their playoff berth, whatever it is, against the Rays, and the Rays got beat up real bad, apparently after the game, Randy Arena and Yandy Diaz, they got into a fight in the parking lot after the game, right? Kevin Cash, the manager, didn't like come out there and prove the allegations correctly, I should say, or he didn't confirm what happened, but he did confirm something did happen. He didn't say what happened, but he did confirm that something did happen. That's why last night's game, they weren't in the game, both Yandy Diaz and Randy Arozarena, if you guys didn't notice. But you know, it's unique to say. The Rays, they aren't the Tampa Bay Rays from these past few years. They've had injuries. Wander Franco was injured this year, and for some reason, people are saying that the Rays should trade Wander Franco. I don't see that happen, especially when they gave him that massive contract extension. I do not see that happening whatsoever. But let's look at the standings, because Toronto lost last night, which, you know, helped us out. But now the division lead for the Yankees is 6.5 up. We're 6.5 up on Toronto. We are 8.5 up on Tampa Bay. So we're sitting pretty good. Yankees have about, 14 games left in the season. I'm going to count them down right now. We got 4 games left against the Boston Red Sox. Then we got 3 games left against the Toronto Blue Jays. Then we have 3 games against Baltimore, and then we close the season with a 4-game series against the Texas Rangers. So we do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, and 6. Yep. 14 games left in the season. We got 14 games. We're sitting pretty good, especially if we're going to start a series against the Toronto Blue Jays and we're 6.5 up on them. I think we're sitting pretty good. Oh, got my man Steven Fox is in the building. Foxy, what it do? Salute, salute, salute. Foxy, seen that video you and Keys put out. Real good stuff, man. Real good stuff. If you guys aren't following Keys and Sports Vibes TV, please go follow Keys Sports Vibes TV. My man Uncle Foxy. Like I was talking earlier, Foxy, You was one of the first people I've been on a panel with. And over this past year, just appreciate the relationship that we've been able to build. Not just Foxy, but other people in the community. But Foxy, I have a lot of phone calls with Foxy, one-on-one conversation with Foxy's that I hold dear to my heart. So I appreciate you, Uncle Fox. Just know that. And Foxy, one of these mornings, you gotta come onto the show, Foxy. The people need to see Uncle Fox's face. The people need to see Stephen Fox on the panel talking Yankees with your guy, Project Nerd HQ. And as well, Foxy, put it out to Keith. I'm probably messaging him on IG, but I would love for Keith to come on to talk about the Mets because I know he's a Met fan. So I would love to have him on the show to get his insight on the Mets, where both teams stand right now. So if you could try to make that happen, put it into momentum. Let's try to make that happen. Either you or Keith, either or, probably both. But yeah, like I was saying, the division lead 6.5. So the Yankees are sitting pretty well right now, right? Now let's take a look around the league, something we used to do before early in the season. But the Cleveland Guardians, they're still 82-67. They still got a 6-game lead in their division, so they're pretty good. The Houston Astros, they pretty much wrapped up the best record in the American League. They wrapped up their division. They're 99-51, 1 game away from 100. But the Mets and the Braves, they're battling. The Mets won last night, 95-56 on the season. Atlanta, 93-56 on the season. Philadelphia is falling off dramatically. That's why this wild card chase is going to be very, very unique. Baltimore won yesterday. So I said they couldn't catch Seattle, but Baltimore is trying to catch Seattle as much as they can. When you look at the wild card, you got Toronto, you got Tampa, you got Seattle, and then you got Baltimore. Over to the National League, you got Atlanta Braves, San Diego, and the Philadelphia Phillies. The Philadelphia Phillies, it's they're trying to hold off the Milwaukee Brewers, but the Phillies are losing and the Brewers are catching up on them. And I would hate to see the Philadelphia Phillies, especially from what they went through this year, right? When it comes to losing Bryce Harper for extended period of time, when it comes to firing Joe Girardi. I know a lot of Yankee fans, they wanted Joe Girardi to be managing this team right now. Proof is in the pudding. Joe Girardi, his type of managing just doesn't work. It doesn't work. You could take it back to Miami when he was with the Marlins. He literally almost had a fight with Miguel Cabrera because he tried to be that tough uncle, that tough, parent. It doesn't work, bro. It doesn't work, especially when there's a disconnect, when there's a language barrier between you and Miguel Cabrera. He did the same thing with Gary Sanchez with the Yankees, and the Yankees had enough of it. They let him go. And then he went to Philadelphia, tried to do the same thing with Philly, and Philly was like, this not working over here. And they gave him chances. They went out there and spent money. They signed Bryce Harper. They signed Zach Wheeler. They went out there and they spent money, especially this offseason. They signed Castellanos. They signed Kyle Schwarber. Now, if you want to say that they went around assembling a baseball team wrong because they decided we're going to go offense-driven and have a team built solely on offense when it comes to Philadelphia Phillies, if that's what you want to say, cool, you can say that as a good argument. But he still lost. He still was fired. I think 2 months into the season, we covered it here on the show. It was one of the first things we covered. I don't want to beat up on Joe Girardi, but it doesn't work. I know a lot of Yankee fans, they're not ultimately happy with Aaron Boone. And I get it. I understand. Aaron Boone is just an extension of the front office. So a lot of these moves that Aaron Boone is making, he's not making them on his own. He's getting input from the front office. He's getting input from the analytic guys, right? He's getting input from the guys, from the faces that we never see. And that's what you got to understand, right? A lot of these guys that are behind the scenes, us fans don't even know who they are, don't even know how they look. We can literally be walking down Broadway in the city in Manhattan, walk past one of these people, and not even know that that's one of the analytic guys that we deeply in our soul hate. You got to understand, Aaron Boone, for every season he's been here, minus the pandemic season because it was shortened, but every season he's been here, he's won 100 games. He's won 100 games every year he's been here. if he gets fired by the Yankees, which he's not going to get fired this offseason because he got that contract extension. The Yankees aren't just going to waste that money. But if he was to get fired, he'll get hired right then and there. The Phillies will hire him. The Angels will want to hire him. There'll be a lot of teams that'll be lining up to try to hire Aaron Boone. I know a lot of Yankee fans, they say, oh, what about Mark DeRosa? Mark DeRosa would be a good fit. Mark DeRosa would be the same thing like Brian Cashman, an extension of the front office. That's why Buck Showalter is not managing the Yankees, because Buck Showalter ultimately, he wanted to have the last say when it comes to lineups and being in full control of his team. Yankees didn't want that, so Buck Showalter went to Queens where they offered him that. And look what's happening over there in Queens. They got a better record than us. The Mets do. The Mets, they have, let's see, got the Dodgers. The Mets have the third best record in baseball. Yankees are the fifth best record behind the Braves. Proof is in the pudding. It works. Old school baseball, it works. Now, hopefully we get back to it. Next year, we got the shift disappearing. You know, we got bases, you know, becoming bigger. So hopefully it's more offensive driven. I could see it being more offensive driven, more stolen bases, more doubles, more opposite field hits. It's going to be good next year. It's definitely going. You're going to see a lot of players that struggled on certain teams. Like, that's why I was joking yesterday. Aaron Hicks would probably revive his career with the Colorado Rockies next year if he was to go to Colorado. And I mean that. I'm not even saying that just to be funny. I so heartily believe that. But let's keep looking around, because today's game, let's try to do a deep dive in today's game. Right? Hold on one second. Where's it at? Oh, here it is. Yeah, like I said, it's going to be on Fox. The pitching matchup, we got Jameson Taillon going for the Yankees. Michael Wacha is going for the Boston Red Sox. Look at this. Michael Wacha is having a phenomenal year. He's 11-1 with a 2.61 ERA with the Boston Red Sox this season. So he's been filthy. One thing about the Red Sox is they have offense. What they're lacking is starting pitching and bullpen. That's been their problem this year. But when it comes to the home run leaders for the Red Sox, you got Rafael Devers with 27. You got Aaron Judge with obviously 60. Xander Bogaerts has a 317 batting average. Aaron Judge has 317 batting average as well. Rafael Devers has 84 RBIs, and Aaron Judge is sitting at 128 RBIs even. Now, when it comes to the Yankees injuries, Albert Abreu was on a 15-day IL still. Steven Ridings, who we've seen down in the minors, he had a rehab start with he had a rehab outing with the Somerset Patriots. My man Nathan Ramachandra was covering it, so hopefully we'll see him. Same thing with Scott Efros, right? Scott Efros, he's supposed to be coming back. And apparently Aaron Hicks is injured. He's day-to-day. Matt Carpenter was doing some baseball drills in the outfield. He doesn't have the walking boot on, so he's getting his weight on his foot. But I don't think there's enough time for Matt Carpenter to be back, Andrew Benintendi to be back before we start the playoffs. If they do come back, I could see them coming back after the first round. Say like the ALCS. And Matt Carpenter would be great off the bench as a pinch hitter in the ALCS against the Astros. That would be a good choice. But it's all going to depend if Benintendi and Carpenter is healthy, right? That blow, losing Benintendi, especially when the team was starting to heat up, that's a blow. That's a blow, because we wanted to have Benintendi rolling and getting on a roll right before the playoffs, because he thrives in the playoffs. We've seen it with the Red Sox. Andrew Benintendi is very clutch in the playoffs, and we've seen it. But hold on one second. All right, we're going to play this quick commercial break, and we'll be right back with some more of the Yankees Morning Brew. You stay tuned. All right, there's two topics I want to touch on before we continue. First topic is, if you guys seen CC Sabathia Twitter from yesterday, I say 13 hours ago, but there's a T-shirt that CC Sabathia, Cliff Floyd, and I want to say this is, oh man, what's his name? He used to be on the Yankees. Never mind his name, but they have T-shirts that says, "Okay, Judge is the MVP," but on the back of it says, "But Ohtani is the best player on the planet." I think we could agree with that. And I've said that multiple times. Judge is the MVP, but Ohtani is the best player on the planet. And as well, the Somerset Patriots just put out there on their Twitter feed an hour ago, congratulations to Anthony Volpe on being named Baseball America's Yankees 2022 Minor League Player of the Year. Shout out to Anthony Volpe for having an amazing minor league season this year. Literally shot through the organization. Anthony Volpe next year, he's going to be knocking on the door at spring training. If Anthony Volpe has a phenomenal spring training, I can see the Yankees looking at him as an option. Nathan, I was just talking about you, Nathan. Hey, Nathan, if you're free to jump on the show, let me know. I'll put the link into the chat. That way you could pop up and we could talk some Yankees real quick. Matter of fact, I'm going to just put it in the chat, and if you're free, just jump in. Let me see. I'm going to just put it in the chat, Nathan, and if you're free, just jump on. Because I need to have this conversation with Nathan, because Anthony Volpe, like I was saying, shot through the minor league system, the organization this year. He got off to a little rough start, just like Peraza got off to a little rough start. But after the first month and a half, Anthony Volpe is hitting over 300. His power numbers are ridiculous. The speed, the stolen bases are ridiculous. And Nathan seen him up close and personal when he was at Somerset before he went to AAA. So I would really love to get Nathan's input. I know we spoke about it before. And also, guys, he said, Nathan's covering the Somerset Patriots playoff game tonight. That's right, because they are in the playoffs. They are in the playoffs. And like I've said, if you guys aren't following the N&R Hour, you guys need to follow the N&R Hour with my man Nathan, bro, because he really does cover this sport. He has a lot of great insights. He's at the Somerset Patriots, so he has access to a lot of these players, a lot more access than some of us here on YouTube who talk about the Yankees. So Nathan and the N&R Hour, that's where you got to go to get your real insight when it comes to Yankees minor leagues and the Yankees prospects like that. Hold on 1 second, just closed out. What is going on? What is going on? Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, if you guys can, hit that like button as well. Hit that subscribe button if you're not subscribed. We are sitting at 680. Nathan said I would join. Yeah, take your time, whatever. The link is in the chat. Whenever you're ready, just let me know. But yeah, take your time. We are sitting at 680. We are on our way to 700. So hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. It does great for the channel. It helps us out tremendously. I got to bring my guy in, Mikey Mazza, in the 4 Train Express. Mikey Mazza, good morning, brother. Salute.
Good morning.
Can you hear me? You good?
I am good. How are you?
I'm good, bro. I just see you in your camo. Just want to make sure you're good. What we doing? What we doing? We getting ready for war? What's going on, Mikey Mazza?
I am actually getting ready
Yep.
for work because my work schedule is
I know.
because of when we're working. So
Yeah, I get it. Trust me, I get it. But Mikey Mazza, number 60, Aaron just hit, brother. Where were you when he hit number 60?
But yeah, last night's game was a blowout, definitely.
Okay, you can hear me. Yeah, okay. Mikey Mazza, I'm not sure if it's your connection, but I'm not sure if you can hear me or not. But Mazza, with last night's game, what was a good takeaway from last night's game from you? If you can hear me, if not, just let me know. You can come back on.
All right, cool. I got you.
All right, bet, brother. Bet. Yeah, I want Mikey Mazza to be able to have better connection. Because when he's driving over there in the streets of Seattle, Washington. Oh, let me see right now. Better now? Can you hear me now?
Much better.
All right, better, much better. Yeah. Like I was asking before, Mikey Mazza, where were you when Aaron Judge hit number 60?
I was at work when Aaron Judge hit number 60.
Oh my God. Got it. So what time are you off of work? You just work the entire day, 12 hour shifts, 16-hour shifts. What's your tour like?
So generally for me, because I work the night shift, it's 2 to 10, or since we are on one shift, it's 10 to.
Oh, going through one of those dead zones again. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
there we
yeah.
go.
Mikey, yeah. Oh, can you hear me?
I got you.
Okay, okay, brother. Yeah, it's myself. I was driving around coming back from Empire Casino when it happened. But like we've been saying for these past couple of days, like Jason's been saying, Yankee fans, they just need to enjoy this. Regardless
Of
of the
course.
outcome of this season, regardless of what happens in the playoffs, let's just enjoy what's happening right now, right in front of our eyes. It's history. I get it. As much as I want to win a World Series, I want to be able to enjoy what's happening without being frustrated on the team or as an overall, if you understand my drift.
I absolutely get it. I mean, this is something to enjoy. This happens once in a lifetime, if that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's something that we
Yeah.
should take in, enjoy, and really, you know, bask in this, because this is a Yankee who can break another Yankees record.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Now, Mikey Mazza, I'm gonna ask you. You're a family man, right? You somebody that got a family. If you would have caught that
yes.
home run ball, are you selling it or are you giving it back to Judge for just a couple of signed autograph balls? What you doing? And be honest, Mikey
Well,
Mazza.
I'm asking for money for it first off. um, and maybe a couple autograph balls and a bat and a chance to meet him for
Yeah, yeah,
starters.
yeah. That's where the conversations start. Like I was saying, I want 50,000 minimum in cash right in front of me.
Yeah.
You know, you got that somewhere in Yankee Stadium. You could run upstairs. I know Yankee Stadium is card only, but there's cash laying around that you could give somebody 50K for a baseball. I know that for a fact.
Yep.
Yeah, but Mazza,
Agreed.
I'm put you in the back, Mazza. It's because the connection is bad, brother. Wherever you get, I'm gonna be on still. So if you want to come back before you have work, you're more than welcome to. All right, baby. All
Bet.
right, brother. Copy, copy, copy. Always appreciate my man Mikey Maz and the Ford Train Express. If you guys aren't following or subscribed to Mikey Maz and the Ford Train Express, what are you doing? Go subscribe to the Ford Train Express. Mikey Maz is another content creator that's on the rise, right? He's a part of the 161 River Ave family, and he's a part of the Yankee BREW family. He's a part of the KOD family. You know, we got it. I know Mikey Maz is big into college football. We gotta get Mikey Maz a knighted. He has to get himself a knight so he could join the Discord, so he could join the community, and so he could get the full interaction of the KOD universe. And as well, this goes to everybody out there. If you want to be affiliated with the Knights of Degen, just hit up my man Jigga Man Porto. He'll give you the process of what do you need to do in order to join this community fully. FCF will be starting right after the Super Bowl, I want to say, however it is. But we got a lot of things lined up. The channel got a college football channel that Mikey Miles just found out this week, and he's all in it. So there's a lot of good things that's going on. You guys just need to tap in, tune in. As well as whenever Judge hits that 60th home run, we're gonna have Pete Simonetti back onto the show. So when Judge breaks the record, when Judge is at 62 home runs, Pete will come back on the show just to have another conversation. And as well, October 11th, if you guys haven't brought a ticket to the NYY News meetup, buy your ticket for the NYY News meetup. I will be there myself. Michael Caputo is supposedly going to be there. So Caputo could finally make an appearance somewhere. And hopefully I could keep this hot streak going. Because like I said before, you know, when it comes to meeting people in real life, I happen to be taller than a lot of these people that I'm meeting. So let's keep this going, right? Let's keep it going. Let's see how good my height is for everybody else in the Yankees universe. But just waiting for my man Nita to come on in. Oh, let me see, Mikey Miles. Are you good now, brother?
We good.
Copy, copy. If you just can't just lower the radio in the background, just because I don't want to get hit with any copyright infringements on the channel.
Better?
Foxy's funny with that. Yeah. That's a lot better. That's a lot better. That's a lot better. So tonight, right? The Yankees are sending out before even tonight. What was your thoughts on Sevy? I know you put it in the chat that you was impressed from Severino's outing last night. But give me your thoughts, brother. What's your thoughts from Sevy last night from what you saw?
Well, coming off an injury, he looked sharp. That's
Mm-hmm.
the best I've seen a pitcher look coming off of an injury.
Mm-hmm.
Pitchers normally take time after, have a couple of rough outings and look sharp, but he looked legitimately sharp last night. I was very
Mm-hmm.
impressed.
Mm-hmm. And one thing that I take away is that his velocity wasn't back to what we normally like to see it. He sat 93, 95 on a couple of his pitches, but at the same time, I think the Yankees told him, don't go out there and try to be a gunslinger. Just
Yep.
go out there, just work, just do your normal motions and just try to get through 5 innings. And he got through 5 innings with 64 pitches. So I think they could have probably squeezed a couple more outs from him, but because he was coming back from injury, they're being very cautious, which I understand. And when you're up big, like the Yankees were up big, there's no reason to push Severino, right?
Yeah, no, you don't want to do that. You want to save him for the playoffs. When it comes to playoffs, then all throttle it up, gear him up, and
Mm-hmm.
get him going.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%. And I've talked about having Severino as the closer going down the stretch. Let's just see what happens. For right now, I'm happy with a rotation in the playoffs going. Garrett Cole, Nestor Cortez, and then Luis Severino. What's your thoughts on that 1, 2, 3?
I think we need to maybe limit how many starts he gets in the postseason. Normally, a pitcher gets 2 or 3 starts in the postseason. Maybe limit him to 1 or 2 in the first round, just to kind of not overdo it and not overexpend him, because you don't
Mm-hmm.
want to do that.
Yeah,
So you could platoon him with a guy like Herman or Schmidt.
that's what I was thinking. I think you take Herman and you take Clark Smith and you split them up. You give Nestor Cortez 5 to 6 innings, and then you have Clark Smith coming after him. And with Luis Severino, you give Luis Severino 5 or 6 innings, and you have Domingo Herman coming after him. That way, you keep your bullpen fresh, and you're
Yep.
not overusing your bullpen in a postseason series.
You could have Sevy close even.
Yeah. Or even if we get to the ALCS, right? Or if we, not even the ALCS, if we the AODS and we get to a game 4 and the Yankees are up 2 games to 1, would you consider starting Frankie Montas?
Sure.
Just so we don't overuse our bullpen and overuse our starting pitchers. Because I know they're going to get extra rest during certain games in the playoffs, and in the ALDS, ALCS, they put more off days in between certain games. But
Yeah.
I want Frankie Montas to get one start against the Houston Astros because he has great
Yes.
numbers against the Astros. So if we get
Absolutely.
to
I
the
think you have to.
ALCS, yeah, if we get to the ALCS and there's a game 4 or game 5, I think I'll be comfortable with giving Frankie Montas a start.
I would be too. I
Yeah.
think it's the wise thing to do. I mean, he's been so good against them. How could you not? It's almost too
Mhm.
easy of a choice.
Yeah. And if it wasn't for that horrible defensive outing that happened in Yankee Stadium a couple Fridays ago, Frankie Montas wouldn't have given up a run. If it
Yep.
wasn't for IKF, who had choppy defense, Aaron Hicks, who had choppy defense in the outfield, Frankie Montas he pitches 5, 6 innings of scoreless baseball if it wasn't for those 2 plays.
Yep. Let me put this into perspective for a second. Since he's come over, he
Mhm.
hasn't pitched that poorly. He just
No.
hasn't had defensive help.
Hmm. Yep.
So
100%.
you're absolutely right about that.
Yeah.
But
I'm bringing my man Nathan real quick. Nathan, what is good,
Yo,
baby?
what up? What up? How you guys
but
doing?
Chilling, bro. Chilling, brother. Chilling, brother. I
I
see
gotta
you looking
bounce.
sharp. Oh, no
But
problem, Maza.
but thank you, and I will catch you next time.
Yeah, no problem, baby. Nathan, see you looking sharp with the good old button shirt. Where you going to right now, brother?
I'm just finished class.
Oh, okay. Awesome. That's what's up.
I'm going
No
back to school
party.
for
No,
my
no.
I'm going back to school for my journalism degree.
Oh
So
yeah, I know that, brother. You trying to cover all angles, bro. You out
yeah,
there trying to be the next Stephen A. Smith.
yep, better than Stephen
Now,
A. Smith.
oh, 100% better than Stephen A. Smith. Trust me. But what's your thoughts though from Harrison Bader for the first couple of games that we've seen him on the major league roster. What's your thoughts of him, real quick?
Wait, who?
Harrison Bader, seeing him up on the
Oh,
major league roster,
he looks great already.
yeah,
Contributing
impact.
on the offensive side, 5 RBIs. It's crazy.
Yeah,
And defense also. So he's gonna be the real deal for the Yankees. And like I said, when we were covering him at Somerset, he was hitting the ball at Somerset and playing defense. So he'll be a big asset for the Yankees in the playoff run. So.
Yeah, definitely. I can see him being a big asset. You could just tell from game one, the hustle. You know, he has that dog in him that, that grinded out at bats. Seeing his family, how excited his family was at the stadium. It just makes for a perfect story, a Bronx kid. Because if it was you and I that got the opportunity to be where Harrison Bader is right now, we'll probably be feeling the same way like him, Nitin.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree with you there, 100%. And but Bader, Hicks is the odd man out now, in my opinion. And I think you got to ride with the defense. Cabrera has to be in the outfield, and you have Judge, and then obviously Bader at center, and that's a good defensive outfield. And then and it's gonna be interesting to see what happens when all the other players come back, because the Yankees are in a tough spot. Who they're gonna call send down or keep or whatever. It's gonna be a lot of roster construction, but you got to keep Bader at center field, and he gives you a different dimension to that offense in the lineup. So
yeah, they could be a lot of players that their feelings are hurt when it comes to the postseason roster. Marwin Gonzalez is one of those players that he probably could be cut for somebody who comes back, for Matt Carpenter if he comes back. Peralta most likely won't make the postseason roster if DJ LeMahieu comes back, which is going to be tough to see. But Aaron Hicks for sure definitely is not going to make the postseason roster. So there's going to be a lot of players that's going to be left off this roster. And I agree with you. We need to keep Cabrera in the outfield. Cabrera for this Yankee team, he could be their version of Ben Zobrist. What Ben Zobrist was for the Tampa Bay Rays, the Chicago Cubs back in the day. That's what Cabrera could be. You see it with his spirit. You see it with his hustle, his glove, and the bat. The grand slam last night. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that was
phenomenal.
crazy.
Yeah, it was phenomenal, and you knew right off the bat that was a grand slam. What's your thoughts on last night's game and the starting pitcher for the Pittsburgh Pirates? 14 outs that he got, 10 of them was via the strikeouts. What's your thought on that?
Yeah. So speaking of that too, so actually we got to see 2 pitchers from the Pirates who were part of the James Zion trade, the starter and the reliever, and he looked good even though he gave up the 6 runs. He still looked good, sharp, 10 strike. That's a great young pitcher that Pittsburgh has for the future. But yesterday's game was unbelievable. Even though obviously everybody wanted to see Judge tie the record, but you got everybody contributing now in the lineup, which is amazing, which is a big thing. Not only Judge, you have other players having big games, like, for example, like Cabrera, grand slam, and then Gleyber Torres at 2 home runs in 1 inning. That was amazing. And then Bader coming up big again, obviously, and all the I feel like this lineup is more balanced now, and we're still waiting for more people to get back. But right now it's not only Judge, but most of the players in the lineup is contributing again, and you're seeing the Yankee team that we saw in the first half.
Yeah, and the reemergence of Gleyber Torres, that's going to be big, because the game that you and we was both at the stadium, Gleyber Torres was that close to hitting a walk-off home run in the bottom of the ninth versus the Tampa Bay Rays. So seeing the reemergence of Gleyber Torres was 4 for 4 yesterday, 2 home runs. His batting average is almost at 260 now. It was 230 a few weeks ago. And to see him, get on a hot streak to boost his batting average back close to 260, this Gleyber Torres in the postseason, I'm really looking forward to what we get out of Gleyber Torres. Now, I've been 50-50. Like, Nathan, do we trade Gleyber this offseason? Seeing what we're seeing right now for him, do we keep him? I don't know, bro. You got to talk to me. Like talk me off the ledge with this, bro.
I think Gleyber Torres, obviously, much better season than last year. Now he has, with 23 home runs. It's gonna be a lot of big question marks for the Yankees coming this all season. Obviously, with Judge being a free agent, but man, I would seeing Gleyber Torres. I feel like you got to keep Gleyber Torres now. I feel like,
Yeah.
and he's proving a lot of people wrong. Obviously, with the season, and I think him being back at second base that's his natural position, and he's showing it. He's showing you that what type of player he can be on defense and offense now. Again,
Yeah. Yeah, and you know, it could be like, all right, cool. You know, he's heating up just so he could build up his value for the off season. If a deal comes forward that it makes sense for us, then yeah, why not? If something comes up that we can move Torres and attach Josh Donaldson's contract to it, that's something that we're going to have to entertain. Same way, if we can move Torres and attach probably Aaron Hicks's contract to Gleyber Torres, it's something that we're going to have to do. It's going to suck to see Gleyber Torres go, but at the same time, would you rather give up a prospect to move off of one of those contracts or Gleyber Torres to move off one of those contracts? Because somebody yesterday in the chat, you weren't here, but somebody said that they're willing to move Austin Wells if they could get off of Donaldson and Aaron Hicks's contract, and I don't want to do that.
No,
I
no, I would
definitely do not
actually.
want.
If it comes down to that, we might have to sacrifice Gleyber Torres. In my opinion, I think if it comes down to that situation, I would trade Gleyber Torres to unload one of the contracts. In my opinion,
yeah,
because I feel like now you're invested so much in the prospect. So, and obviously Austin Wells, we get the first hand while watching him. He still needs more time to develop, but he's gonna be ready. His swing is ready for major. His swing is major league ready. But we just have to figure out what position he is best fit. But if it comes to down that, we had to give up Gleyber Torres in that situation.
Yeah, and you're the person that I want to ask. That's why I waited so long, because I specifically wanted to ask you that question, because you see Austin Wells, you know, you cover him with the Somerset Patriots, and you see him first. You have an up close and personal view of Austin Wells, and you said it. His bat is major league ready, but it's just what position are the Yankees going to have him play? Personally, me, I will move him to first base, or I will move him to either left field or right field, because he does have the speed. He moves around good for a catcher, but his bat is just too special. I don't want to lose it behind the plate.
Yeah, I think he's obviously a catcher, but you can move him to first base or outfield. That's another possibility. This is like the same situation like my friend Matt Dice. My friend Matt Dice plays for the Angels. He came up as a catcher, but they switched him to first base to see what position. So he's good at both positions now. Matt Dice, who plays for the Angels. We go way back in high school. He went to the same high school, and he started hitting from high school to now. So
nice.
This is like the same situation what Austin Wells is in right now. He can hit, but we just don't know what position he is. So I think he's a good catcher. I mean, the things we saw when we were covering him when he was a catch, he's a good catcher. He can frame the ball well. Pitchers love catching. I mean, pitchers love to pitch to him. But I mean, I could see them maybe putting him in first base or outfield, but right now he's a catcher. So
yeah, and your friend that you was talking about, Matthew Kevin Thies, he's the 12th ranked prospect for the Los Angeles Angels. He came up as a catcher, and like you said, he's a first baseman and third baseman right now. So they're working him out at each of the corner position. He has the bat, like you said, just like Austin Wells. They just have to find what position he's going to play at the major league level. That's awesome that you went to that you're friends with him. Jackson Township in New Jersey.
Yeah.
You guys went, yeah, awesome. That's awesome. Hey, hopefully, hey, let's get him on your show. You know, we need to get him on your show.
That's what we're working on right now.
And when he makes his major league debut, we need to get him on your show.
Yeah, and then we're planning on to get you on the show sometime this weekend or next week.
Whatever you want, bro. I'm down for it. Whatever you want, brother.
Okay. Yeah.
Right.
And also, you want to ask? You were going to ask about Anthony Volpe, right?
Yeah. I was going to ask you about that's about to be my next question. Anthony Volpe being named the Yankees minor league player of the year. You seen him up close and personal. Is he worthy of this title in the Yankees organization? What's your thoughts?
Yes, he's worth it. He's worth every penny. Yankee fans obviously criticized Brian Cashman for not doing anything, but Volpe is the real deal. This is a prospect the Yankees are going to hit on too. And we could see him with the Yankees probably maybe next year. We can see him part of the Yankees organization, but depending on how the offseason goes. But in my opinion, he is a real deal. Congrats to him winning that award. He killed it in AAA. He started off slow at AA, but he started picking up, and we were there when we were covering him. But when I got to interview him, he was obviously a great guy, great person. But now he's killing in AAA, and he deserves every attention he gets.
When you look at the MLB listing of the top prospects, Anthony Volpe is the 5th rated prospect overall in all of baseball.
Yeah.
So you got Francisco Alvarez, the catcher with the Mets, Gunnar Henderson, who's on the major league level with the Baltimore Orioles, Corbin Carroll, who's with the Diamondbacks at the major league level. Then you got Grayson Rodriguez, the pitcher from the Baltimore Orioles, and then you got Anthony Volpe. So Anthony Volpe is the 4th highest ranked position player in all of Major League Baseball.
Yeah. So yeah, Volpe. Volpe. He is honestly one of the top prospects in minor league baseball, and number 2 in the Yankees system. And I think he's gonna be ready soon, in my opinion.
Yeah, if he has a breakout spring training, he could be pushing. He could be knocking on the door for a spot on the major league roster.
And that means IKF is the odd man out, or unless you could move IKF to third base and then try and trade Josh Donaldson. Like you said, trade Josh Donaldson and then maybe put in Gleyber Torres to unload that contract, and then your third baseman will be IKF, and then shortstop Anthony Volpe.
And we can have Peraza at second base or Cabrera at second base.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I think Cabrera is going to be so important over the next few years, because he could play every position besides catcher and starting position. Hey, you could put him behind the plate, and he could probably be a good catcher also. We don't know. Every position you put this kid in, he's come through and he's produced with us. And I just think it's a breath of fresh air that the Yankees finally have a young player with this much energy as Cabrera has.
Right. Yeah, I think Cabrera, man, you could play Cabrera in every position except for catcher. But the big question now is when DJ LeMahieu, what are you going to do with DJ LeMahieu? He's a second baseman too. But when he comes back, I don't know what you're going to do with him. But I think I would keep Cabrera in the outfield. He has shown that he can be a good outfielder, Cabrera.
I think next year you're going to have to platoon DJ LeMahieu with Anthony Rizzo. I think DJ's days of playing second base are behind him because of his hip issues and because of his toe issues. I don't think that we can rely on DJ LeMahieu to play second base half of the season, just because of his injuries. I was kind of worried from DJ LeMahieu this season because he had hip surgery in the offseason. Nathan, as somebody who covers baseball, you know that as soon as you have hip problems, your baseball career is almost practically done as soon as you get hip problems. And that's what I was scared of last year when it came to DJ LeMahieu in the offseason.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you 100%. I think DJ LeMahieu will be a platoon with Rizzo, but don't be surprised if Yankees somehow can add him into a trade. Maybe you can unload that contract too. If they're able to do that, that'd be a big plus. But I agree with you. I think he should be a platoon to Anthony Rizzo.
And you said this last week when you was on the show. When we were talking about Judge, right? You said, hey, Judge maybe has made his decision up already when it comes to where he's going to sign this offseason. If you had to put money on it, Nathan, if you was down to your last $2 and you needed to win bigs so you could get home, where are you putting your money at? Are you putting your money that Judge is signing with someone else or with the Yankees this offseason? Where's your heart at?
Oof, man, you're putting me on the spot.
I know I am. It's Thursday, September 22nd, 12:04 p.m. You are on the spot, brother.
Okay. Okay, my heart right now says that he signs with his home team, the Giants. I think he goes back. He goes to he signs the team in the West in the West. My opinion.
Yeah. I'm 50-50, but I'm leaning towards he's going to sign with the Giants. I don't have faith and I don't trust this Yankees front office when it comes to Hal Steinbrenner and wanting to put that money up in order to re-sign Judge. You know, yesterday I was having a conversation, and you guys got to understand Hal Steinbrenner, he's not his father and he's not his brother, right? He doesn't have the passion for this game like his father did or like his brother Hank did. That's why when George Steinbrenner passed away, Hank was in charge of the team. Hank was given the team, not Hal.
No.
It wasn't until Hank passed away that Hal got control of the team. What's your thoughts on that real quick?
Yeah, so Hal Hal got control of the team. I think if George, all the Yankee fans always bring up the late George, but if George was still alive, Judge would have been paid already. Judge would have been signed to extension already. But now the Yankees are running in a different system with Hal, Hank, and all the younger Steinbrenner family members. They're running a new system when it comes to paying players contracts and the money. When it comes to the money, I think Randy Levine said that they'll make a competitive offer to Judge, but to be honest, it's not going to be competitive, I don't think. And I feel like the Giants are set up for this offseason specifically for Judge. They're going to offer him the most money, I think, in my opinion. And I think Judge will go there, and his wife will. I think he'll convince his wife to go there too, to San Francisco. But the Yankees will make an offer, obviously, but I don't think it's going to be. When it comes to Hal and the rest of the Steinbrenner family, it's not going to be competitive, in my opinion.
Yeah, because you got to think of it, Nathan. Like, and we'll wrap it up in a few, but you got to think of it, Nathan. If you were the owner of the San Francisco Giants, right? Personally, if you was the owner of the Giants, and you look around your division, you got to put in your head, how am I going to be competitive against the Dodgers and the Padres over the next 10 years with the teams that they have? The first thing you could do is go out there and spend money on a franchise player like Aaron Judge. You put Aaron Judge in San Francisco, now you can't compete with the Dodgers and with the Padres. Without Judge, you can't do that.
No. But I think obviously money will be important here, but I feel like Judge, for me, to be honest, Judge is gonna come down to him where he wants to play. I think it's gonna come down to his family, his wife, where his heart is at right now, and also where does he want to spend the rest of his career as a baseball player. So that and also the factors will come, the living situation, where his wife wants to be, it's going to come down to his family and Judge whatever he wants to do at the end of the day.
Yeah, and also too, when it comes to legacy, I'm not sure. Does Judge want to retire as a Yankee, or does Judge, he wants his legacy to be tarnished because he switched teams during the middle of his career, like A-Rod did, like Pujols did, like that just takes away from the, how can you say it, the history or the luxury of a player's career. If that makes sense.
Yeah, speaking of legacy, you never know if Judge if Judge goes to a different team next year. Don't be surprised if the Yankees bring him back, like what the Cardinals did with Pujols. Maybe the Yankees could bring him back to end his career.
Yeah, that could always happen, but that's not something Yankee fans are going to want to hear. Nathan, brother, I appreciate you for stopping by. Is it raining by you? Because it's downpouring by me. Is it raining by you yet?
It's raining here now too.
Yeah. Listen, brother, make sure you drive safely.
Yeah, thank you. I'm concerned whether or not they're going to get the game in tonight. So I don't know.
Oh man, hold on. Let's do a little let's look at the forecast for later on tonight. Because Nathan just threw some bad mojo into the air, bringing that up.
No, and also for Somerset too, and the Yankees.
Well, over here in New York City by Yankee Stadium, I have it. It's supposed to stop raining by 5 p.m. So if it stops raining by 5 p.m., they have a clear forecast for the rest of the night. It's no more rain. So hopefully this is just it for right now, and later on it clears up. But before you go, Nathan, what's your thoughts on the home run call? Because I know if you're Michael Kay, you gotta be a little bit upset because tonight it's Fox, Tomorrow is Apple TV. Saturday is Yes, and Sunday is ESPN. Do you want Michael K attached to this historic moment, being the one who
Yes.
calls it? Yes. Same way.
Yes, 100%. Because he's been the radio guy for the Yankees, the play guy call for the Yankees for a long time, and obviously, I want John Sterling on the call. Also, obviously, John Sterling will be there, but Michael K, he deserves it, and I think he needs to be there. I'm hoping, I'm hoping Saturday he can hit maybe. Oh no, I'm hoping Saturday Saturday Judge breaks the record at 62 on Saturday.
Yeah, definitely. Because, like I said, I have a love-hate relationship when it comes to Michael K, but he's been the voice of the Yankees since I was a kid, right? He's been the play-by-play call for the Yankees ever since 2005 when I was watching the team. So he definitely needs to make this call and be attached to it. It's history in the making. Like, this call will be in the records. This will be on recorded tape for the rest of history, and you have to have Michael K attached to this. But Nathan, gotta let you go, brother. Drive safe, like I
Thank
said.
you.
Whenever you want to come back on, shoot me a text, bro. You can come right back on just like we did today after class or whatever you want to do. All right, bro?
All right, thank you. And we'll if somehow the Somerset gets their game in tonight, we'll give you updates on the playoff game, and I'll take videos while we're there covering it. And also, let me know which day next week you want to come on our show.
All right, bet. Any day. Just
Okay.
you tell me the day and I show up. Tell me the day and the time and I show up. Right, Nathan?
All right. Thank you.
Later, brother. Appreciate
Let's
you,
go.
my guy. Let's go Yankees. Let's go Somerset.
Yeah.
That's my guy, Nathan Ramachan. I love my guy, Nathan. My man, James Cook, he said, I think money talks. Judge is going to go where he gets paid the most. Yep, I definitely agree with that. Why do you think Deshaun Washington agreed to be traded to the Browns? Because he hated the Texans. That's why. They offered him the largest contract in NFL history. Yeah, 100%. It's gonna come down to money. I agree with you 100%, James Cook. It's gonna come down to money. That's why I think that Judge is most likely going to end up with San Francisco. I think San Francisco is going to blow out the Yankees when it comes to an offer. Now, there could be a third team, a mystery team that jumps into the conversation that offers more. Say, for instance, if the Mets aren't able to pull off a trade for Shohei Ohtani, because as great of as a prospect is Francisco Alvarez and Beatty is as well, the rest of the Mets minor league system is barren. You have no one else in the minor league system. So as great as those two prospects are, I don't think that's enough to get Shohei Ohtani in Queens. So say, for instance, if the Mets miss out and they can't trade for Ohtani, there's a possibility that Steve Cohen, just because he wants to be Steve Cohen, could blow the Yankees out when it comes to offering Judge a contract. You never know. These are all possibilities that we have to put out there and have conversations on. Is it something that I want? Absolutely not. I want Judge to finish his career with the Yankees. Right now, I know the Yankees talked about they don't want to give him, or not the Yankees, but it's been rumored that the Yankees don't want to give him that 7, 8, 9, 10-year contract. So pay the man what he's worth. If that's the issue, give this man a 6-year, $300 million contract, paying him $50 million per year. If that's the issue, because with the season he just had, he's definitely worth $50 million. He's definitely worth anywhere from $40 to $50 million. So if the issue is you don't want to go when it comes to the length, you don't want to give him a massive contract 10 years because of the length of the contract, then just give him the annual value that what he's worth over 5 or 6 years. Offer him a 6-year deal, $300 to $320 million. So you could get him here in the Bronx. That way, when he turns 36, he has the opportunity to re-sign or have another contract after that. The issue is not the players, right? I was having a conversation yesterday with a Yankee fan in my neighborhood, real good guy, Mark. But the issue is not the players wanting this money. It's not the players seeking to get paid. The issue is the owners not wanting to pay the players what they're actually worth. And I've talked about this so many times that the Yankees, they have so much money. The Yankees, they make so much money. So much money. You can afford to pay Aaron Judge $50 million for the next 5-6 seasons each year. You can afford that. You're gonna make it back on jersey sales alone. You're gonna make it back on chicken tendies. You guys sell chicken tendies for $20. You can make it back. Your Apple TV deal could pay for Aaron Judge's contract next season. Please, Hal Steinbrenner, I know you're not listening. But if there's a fraction percentage of you are listening, if there's a chance that you are listening, whatever you have to do to re-sign Judge, you re-sign Judge. If you do not re-sign Judge, Yankee fans will be at the gate with the guillotine. You know how I know this? Because I'm going to be there with the guillotine. Off with your head. Alice in Wonderland. Yankee fans are going to riot if you allow Aaron Judge to start next year with the San Francisco Giants. They are going to riot. So how? Whatever you have to do this offseason, you do it. If you got to offer Judge some of the property that you have in the Hamptons, offer him some of the property you have in the Hamptons. Whatever you have to do to retain this man, you retain this man. And then you build a team around it. And let this be a lesson you learn. Let this be a lesson you learn. Because the next Yankee prospect that comes up and he's killing it his first 2 years in the league, you better offer that man a 10-year contract extension. Anthony Volpe is 21 right now. He'll probably be 22 to start next year. If Anthony Volpe is your starting shortstop next season, he wins the job in spring training, he has a phenomenal first half, you better offer that man a 10-year contract worth $150 million so you can avoid what's happening right now with Aaron Judge. Anthony Volpe going to be 22. You give that man a Julio Rodriguez type of contract if he comes up and he produces. If not Julio Rodriguez, you give that man a 10-year contract, $100 million, $150 million, whatever you have to do, you do it. Look at the Atlanta Braves. If you want to hire anybody from the front office, and you better go talk to the Braves and get somebody from their front office. Look at all those young players that the Braves have, and they got them locked up for years. For years. The Atlanta Braves, when it comes to position players, are going to be awesome for the next 5 to 10 years. They're going to be set. So let this be a lesson learned, Yankees front office, Brian Cashman, whoever comes in after Brian Cashman. The next time you have a Yankee prospect who kills in his first year or two, you offer that player a contract extension right then and there, no ifs, ands, or buts. Whether it's Anthony Volpe, whether it's Jason Dominguez, whether it's Austin Wells, whether it's whatever other prospect that we don't even know right now because they're developing in the minor league system right now. Whichever prospect comes up and he's killing it his first year or two, you offer that player a contract extension. Hopefully the rain stops. Like the weatherman says, you can never trust the weatherman nowadays, but hopefully the rain stops and the Yankees are able to get this game in tonight, because I'm not trying to deal with a doubleheader tomorrow. Oh, no, I'm not trying to deal with a doubleheader tomorrow. But, guys, thanks for tuning in. I am your guy, Hector, host of the Yankees Morning Brew. Like always, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you aren't subscribed. And like always, comment in the chat. We had so many great people in the chat, like my man, Eric Wallace. Eric Wallace says, that's exactly right, Hector. The Mariners came in and they got the deal done for Julio. And as a Mariner fan, I love it. And that's the thing. My man, Eric, he's a Mariners fan, right? But Eric comes here all the time to have a conversation when it comes to baseball. Eric, whenever you're free, brother, whether it's this week, next week, you know, I have the open panel. You're more than welcome to come onto the open panel. You don't even have to show your face if you just want to talk, please. So whenever you're free, it doesn't have to be now. It doesn't have to be next week. It could be even next season if you want, you know, because I know sometimes people are a little bit scared. But Eric, whenever you want to come onto the panel to have a conversation, brother, you're more than welcome to. If the Yankees and the Mariners face each other in the ALDS, oh, you definitely better come on the channel. Oh, you definitely better come onto the open panel. Just like my man, James Cook. Salute, 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 my brother, James Cook. James, same thing for you, bro. Whenever you're free, you know, playoffs is coming up. You know, I got the open panel. Whenever you're free to come on, you're more than welcome to come on, bro. Definitely. Shout out to my man Mikey Miles and the 4 Train Express. Like always, Frankie Rivera, Frankie. My man Frankie. Salute. And like always, Maria, thank you so much. And like my man Jigga Man Portal said, happy anniversary to the Knights of Degen. KOD has been 1 year. 1 year has been since KOD has come together. I've been working with them for the past 3 months, and I'm having the time of my life. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Like I said, I am Hector, host of the Yankees Morning Brew. And like always, guys, a peace out.